Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sirajul Al-Faisi. I welcome you in my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about Hammond Postulates. What is Hammond Postulates? The Hammond Postulate states that the transition state of a reaction resembles the structure of the species, reactant or product, to which it is closer in energy. The Hammond postulate relates reaction rate to stability. You can see here there are two types of reaction here. One is endothermic reaction and the second is exothermic reactions. What does it mean? It means you can see here the reactant and product. Reactant energy less and product energy high. And this is the transition state. So this types is known as endothermic reaction. Now another way you can see reactant energy high and product energy low. Now this is a graph of exothermic reaction. So transition state in endothermic reaction resembles the product, and transition state in exothermic reaction resembles the reactant. Now, transition state energy of an endothermic reaction. This is the graph of endothermic reactions. Transition state here. The lower energy transition state lead to the lower energy product. This is the and this. So this is the faster and this is the slower. Why? Due to this energy varying. So transition state of an exothermic reaction. You can see this is the activation energy. Activation energy is similar to the both pathway, either this pathway, either this pathway. Decrease the energy of product has little effect on the energy of transition state. Now application of Hammond postulate to the SN1 reactions. Since methyl cation is less stable than trimethyl carboniamine, so activation energy 1 greater than activation energy 2, reaction 1 is slower. So activation energy 2, activation energy 1. This is the less stable carbocation, this is the more stable carbocation, this one is the slow and this one is the fast. More stable transition state and less stable transition state. Now predict the mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reaction. 4 factors are relevant in predicting whether a given reaction is likely to proceed by an SN1 or an SN2 mechanism. Alkyl halide like this. The nucleophile is strong or weak, the living group good or poor, the solvent protic or aprotic. Nature of alkyl halide. The most important factor is the identity of an alkyl halide. Increasing alkyl substitution favor SN1 and decreasing alkyl substitution favor SN2. So increasing rate of SN1 reactions, you can see that this is SN2 and it is favor both the SN1 and SN2, and this is more comfortable with the SN1. So increasing the rate of SN2 reaction in this direction. So methyl and 1 degree halides undergo SN2 reaction only. You know that. Another way, the 3 degree alkyl halide undergo SN1 reactions only. 2 degree alkyl halide undergo both SN1 and SN2 reaction. Other factor determine the mechanism. Now vinyl and aryl halides. SN1 or SN2 reactions occurs on sp3 half-disorbital carbon. Vinyl and aryl halides which have a halogen attached to sp2 half-dies carbon do not undergo SN1 or SN2 reaction. Heterolysis of CX bond, you can see, would form a highly unstable vinyl or aryl cation. So this is your vinyl moiety, vinyl halide, and this is your phenyl halide or aryl halide. This one sp hybridized. So vinyl carbocation highly unstable. Effect of nucleophiles. Strong nucleophile present in high concentration favor SN2 reactions. Weak nucleophiles such as water and alcohol favor SN1 reaction by decreasing the rate of any competing SN2 reaction. Consider what happens when 2-degree alkyl halide, which can react by either mechanisms, is treated with either the strong nucleophile or a weak nucleophile. For example, you can see here cis-1-bromo-4-methyl cyclohexane in presence of a strong nucleophile in presence of nucleophile, predicting SN1 or an SN2 nucleophile. The strong nucleophile favor SN2 mechanisms. The weak nucleophile favor SN1 mechanisms. You can see. Here, the nucleophile attack from above and bottom. Two products are formed. Now, effect of leaving group. A better leaving group increases the rate of both SN1 and SN2 reactions. You can see here the transition state of SN2 mechanisms and transition state of redetermining state of SN1 mechanisms. So, they are as different. So, better leaving group is more stable to accept the negative charge. So, this is the order: increasing leaving group stability, increasing the rate of SN1 and SN2 reaction. Now, effect of solvent. Polar protic solvent like water and alcohol favor SN1 reaction because the ionic intermediate, both cation and anion, are stabilized by solvation. Polar aprotic solvent favor SN2 reactions because nucleophiles are not well solvated and therefore are more nucleophilic. Now, predicting SN1 and SN2 are in an SN2 mechanisms. So, this is the summary. SN2 favored by a strong nucleophile, memorize it, a strong nucleophile and polar protic solvent. SN1 favored by weak nucleophile, polar protic solvent. And SN1 and SN2, there is a conditions. Mechanism depends on the conditions. A strong nucleophile favor SN2 mechanism over the SN1 mechanism. For example, RO minus is a stronger nucleophile than ROH. So RO minus favors the SN2 reaction and ROH favor the SN1 reaction. Protic solvent favor the SN1 mechanism and aprotic solvent favor the SN2 mechanism. For example, water and alcohol are polar protic solvent and that favor the SN1 mechanism, whereas acetone and DMSO are polar aprotic solvent that favor the SN2 mechanisms. So, organic synthesis. What is the synthesis? Organic synthesis, what does it mean? Is the systematic preparation of a compound from a readily available starting material by one or many steps. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, especially SN2, are used to introduce a wide variety of functional group into a molecule, depends on the nucleophile. Organic synthesis has produced many useful compounds, pharmaceuticals, pesticides, and polymers used in everyday life. So chemists may rely on synthesis to prepare useful substances such as a natural product produced by organism but in only minutes amounts, means Taxol used in cancer treatment. So organic synthesis using alkyl halide, you can see oxygen compound. You can synthesize with the help of alkyl halide, alcohol, ether and ester. Carbon compound, nitrile and alkyne. Nitrogen compound, azide and amine. Sulfur compound, thiol and sulfide. So, what is retrosynthesis? Thinking backward in organic synthesis. Thinking backwards in organic synthesis. Because we are always thinking about forward. So sometime go to forward, not forward, go to backward. Then you will find the genesis of the reactions. To carry out the synthesis of a particular compound, we must think backward and ask ourselves the questions: what starting materials and reagents are needed to make it? If a nucleophilic substitution is being used, determine what alkyl halide and what nucleophile can be used to form a specific product. So this is your synthesize this product. So go to the backward and think like this: what is the starting material? What is Rx? And what reagent is needed? What is the nucleophile? So my friends, I hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, you will subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.